Hello everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode of my Dark Souls Dex Build playthrough. My name is Tebriel, and today we'll be continuing our journey throughout Lautrec. But first, I wanted to go over a few things. As we see in the last episode, I upgraded my weapon to +4. Now, the max right now is +5 until later, so I wanted to get my weapon just a little bit more powerful before we continue on, as there is a major boss fight coming up here shortly. So, I'm gonna go downstairs and talk to the blacksmith. I'm gonna wait down this way. And we'll talk to him. And as you can see, you can purchase Titanite shards. Now, you need Titanite shards in order to upgrade your weapon, as I said in the last episode. However, it increases depending on how high you upgrade your weapon. Once it's to +4, you need 3 to upgrade to +5. And as you can see here, we only have enough for 2. So I'm going to buy those 2, and we just have a little under what we need. However, we have a bunch of those itemized souls that we picked up over the course of the game. So I'm going to show you how to use those. Just go over to it, and say use item. And the bigger the soul, the larger number of souls that you get, as you'd probably figure. So now we just have a little bit more over what we need. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And I think reinforcing costs 200, so we'll go ahead and just pop a little bit more of those souls. You can also assign these to your hotbar if you want to pop a lot of them. Otherwise you can just go ahead and use whatever one you want. So go over reinforced weapon and +5. So now, we've got a really strong weapon right now. Now I'm going to mess around with a couple other weapons throughout this playthrough with the Dex build, so you might see me use multiple weapons over the course of the game. However, for now, we're going to stick with the S-Stock, and maybe we'll even pick up the Balder Side Sword from the Balder Knights up there. It's a very nice Dex weapon as well, and hopefully we'll pick that up. If not, well, there's other ways of getting it later. So, let's go ahead and kill these guys. As you can see, do 72 damage per hit as opposed to, what, measly 15 to 30 that I did last time. And dead. Okay, continuing on. See, we fought the big guy in here, and if you didn't notice last time, there was actually a guy up here. Now if you get too close, he'll actually shoot at you. So luckily we avoided that by fighting the guy out there. But now it's time for us to continue up and perhaps meet him in battle here in a bit. They're not fun to fight. And watch out for these guys, they parry. The ones with the parrying shields obviously parry, the ones with the larger shields generally won't. So, and now... Nope. Okay. Oh, crap. Dead. Okay, these guys can be a little bit of a handful. If you have a good shield, they're not too hard, but I'm just running with my little shield right here. So let's see here. How much am I over? Over just a little bit. I might need to see an experiment really quick. Oh, yep. That makes me roll pretty fast. So, I'll just stick with this for now until I can upgrade my stamina. Oh, he's shooting at us. If I had a bow and arrow, I could probably shoot him. And you can buy those early on in the game if you want to use them. You can even use it against the dragon to make him come down and meet you on the bridge faster. But I generally just like to wait. So, go in here. And there'll be a bunch of these guys. So, that guy, he will actually buff them to make them do more damage. So, you really need to be very careful here. because there are a lot of these guys, and they can do a lot of damage when they have that damage buff on them. So generally, you just want to back up and hit. This weapon is very good for this situation because it's a thrusting weapon, so I can thrust and back up. Can even hit through multiple enemies too. So that's a good most of them, if not all of them. So we'll meet him in battle now. Yeah, just watch out, he can do a lot of damage. Oh, he jumped off. Oh. Okay. Well, let's just wait for it. Nope, missed. Missed. Okay. Crap, we got the Balder Knights on us, and he buffed them. That's not good. We're running. Running, running, running. Okay, let's see if we can face him one-on-one. Oh, that guy's dead, and... oh, no, he didn't buff him. Looked like it. Okay. So far, this has been pretty easy. Guess the terrain down here makes it pretty easy to hit. Okay. Now that we killed them, we can go face the Channeler over there. Mr. Magic User. Okay, we're gonna back up and heal just a little bit. Hide behind this column just in case he tries to use magic. Yep. Dead. Okay, that was not as smooth as I would like it to be, but he's dead now. So, gonna continue on up. Now, before the boss, there is a couple things that you can search throughout this church. One of which is the use for the key we picked up earlier, the mystery key. And that is up this way. Ouchie. Okay. And he's parrying again. Okay, come on. Dead. Okay. Oh, hey, look, Balder helm. Not bad. I generally don't like the look of the Balder set very much. It has this weird mid-drift, and the helm is open for some reason. I generally like closed helms or stuff like this. But you can use it if you want, it's got decent poise. Certainly much more than what I'm wearing right now. Anyways, here is the guy that we're going to be talking to now.
Then I am as you.
And you can open it for him. Talk to him some more, and he'll tell you that he will give you a reward later. And that's true enough. If he seems shifty to you, you're probably right. We'll see you later. But he can give some useful information early on. He goes to Firelink Shrine near the Bonfire Keeper. So, we'll just ignore him for now and continue on. So there's very few things left to do here aside from picking up a few items. So, go over here, grab Large Soul of Nameless Soldier, which is very nice. Can't remember how much it gives you in terms of souls, but generally, just the larger the soul, the larger amount of, well, souls you're going to be given. Also, watch out if you go human in this area. This tends to be a hot spot for people invading. Also, this tends to be a hot spot for summons too, so you can put down your summon sign, people will summon you, or you'll find a lot of summon signs here, so generally you'll find them right out in front of the church where those 3 undead were. And right here you'll find a summon sign for Solera Vastora. Now, this fight can be made significantly easier if you go human. I may do that if I fail this the first time, partly as a tutorial and partly to continue our progress, But we'll see how this goes. Gonna top off, and let's check what we have. So we've got some Estus flasks, humanity, gold pine resin, and a large soul of a nameless soldier. We'll take that off our hotbar. Probably the humanity too. So we can use this in the fight, and it'll be very useful. And let's see what else. Can't remember if fire bombs are useful, but we can keep them as a backup if needed. So I think I'm going to keep these as a backup. Throwing knives, not so very useful. They do very little damage. However, they are nice for pulling enemies towards you. If you've never heard the term pulling, it's used mostly in MMOs, where you try to attract a faraway enemy to you without alerting other enemies. That's called pulling. So you can do that if you don't want to attract a large group. Doesn't work all the time. Some groups are connected, so if you attack one, maybe the whole group will go after you. But anyways, we're going to apply this pine resin and run forward. I'm going to skip the cutscene, but yep, as you'll see, there's a gargoyle here, and we do a lot of damage with our nice upgraded weapon and pine resin. And he's dead. First one. We just got rid of the hardest part of the fight within 10 seconds of it. Generally, the hardest part is killing the first one before the second one comes. And the second one will not come until the first one has half of its health depleted. So killing it fast is what you need to do. These guys are the bell gargoyles, and now they're dead gargoyles. Good fight, gargoyles, but not good enough, apparently. We utterly wrecked them. So, we'll continue on, and a ladder. This is going to be a little bit of a climb. Certainly a high ladder. Wonder where it goes. And more ladders. Going way into the belfry, it seems. And that's one of the bells that Oscar of Astora, the guy who gave us our Estus flask and stuff down in the asylum, was talking about. So we'll pull it. And the bell rings. Skip the cutscene. And now, well, that was just one of two bells. The second bell is down below. Now, if you went in a different area throughout the Firelink Shrine, you'd think that it goes to the catacombs, which is in the graveyard, but no, that's actually not where we're going. Even though that's technically down, it's not the right down, I suppose. Anyways, if you look at this guy, he is Oswald of Kareem, and he's a partner of sorts. He sells some stuff, purging stones, which are nice for getting rid of curses if you're ever cursed, and an area we're going to come to here soon actually has monsters that can curse you, so those might be useful later. Indictments, which make it so that you can report invaders if they kill you. Now, you'd think that this is kind of a mean thing to do, depending on how you view PvP, but it's actually very, very good in order to provide PvP for everybody. Because if you indict people, well, then that means the Dark Moonblades can hunt down the people who've been indicted. So, it kind of promotes a good, healthy, ecological system of PvP, I suppose. Lots of Homered Bones and Book of the Guilty. Check the list of indicted players. Generally not useful because there's a bunch of hacking people on there. Same thing with most of those books. But anyways, I think I might just pick one of these up for the hell of it. And Karmatic Justice. Or Karmic Justice, I should say. This is a very interesting spell, which a lot of people use to basically be a suicide bomber. After you get a certain amount of damage, it'll explode out in an AoE, and you will do a lot of damage to the enemy. So, if you ever want to see any funny videos, just look up Karmic Justice on YouTube, and you'll see plenty of people using that as a suicide bomb tactic for their invaders or invadees. And Velka's Talisman, which is a unique talisman in that it is a talisman that's used for casting faith spells, but it scales with intelligence. Seems Velka values intelligence over faith. And there's a couple rings here too. Poison Bite Ring helps prevent poison. Blood Bite Ring prevents bleeding. And this is another Ring of Sacrifice. Neither of these are very useful, I would say. Especially because there aren't too many enemies that can actually bleed you out, but this might be useful against players. And this is actually, now that I think about it, there is a weapon later on that if you use it, it causes your bleed meter to build up. So this might be useful as well, if you plan on using that weapon. Anyways, so we can learn a new gesture from him as well. The well, what is it? Often used by people flaunting their e-peen after they kill you. It's all fun and games until someone gets, well, what is it? That was a mouthful. Oh yes, I should probably mention, after you kill the main boss in an area, you cannot get invaded in that area anymore. It's nice to note if you ever run around being human. Anyways, I suppose running around here is actually kind of useless. Let's just use a homeward bone. And we'll rest at this bonfire to get back our Estus flasks. And I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you for joining me on the 4th episode of my Dark Souls Dex Build playthrough. We'll continue our journey throughout Lodron in the next episode and fight the dreaded Capra Demon. Now that should be an interesting feat. Anyways, I'll see you later, and goodbye everybody.